Hey guys, it's Nikki. This is just a really quick video to kind of go over how I attached the bags and made the flaps in this little paper bag mini album that I just showed you. I had a couple questions in the comments and I didn't realize that when I was making the video for that album that I really left out a lot of basic information as to how I put it together. So I just wanted to do this video really quick and hopefully clear up any confusion. And if any of the things I'm doing look familiar and you've seen it 100 times, you know, I'm definitely not trying to take credit for anybody else's work or, you know, anyone else's method of doing their bags. This is just, as I went along, I just kind of winged it, whichever word, whichever one it should be. I just, you know, I just did it how I thought I should do it, I guess. I'm really babbling now, so I'm gonna stop and just get on to explaining how I put this together. So I took these bags and the way I configured them was just back to back like this, but you could obviously, you know, have them turned any way that you wanted. You could make it a horizontal album, endless possibilities, but this is how I had them. And the initial intention was to just glue them together on 3 sides and leave a pocket here for photo mats or tags. And as I went through, I decided I didn't really want it to get too chunky. I wanted it to stay pretty flat, so I just omitted that and ended up gluing them together. And the way I attached the bags to each other and to the book boards was to just make these little paper hinges out of some craft cardstock. And the bags, the trimmed down size was 5.5 inches, and I just cut these strips to be 5 inches long, so there was about 1/4 inch on the top and the bottom, and I just cut them at an angle just to reduce, you know, any of this that would end up showing in the spine. And this was not a precise measurement. This I just kind of snipped off at an angle. I'm not a very precise crafter. I tend to eyeball things and not do meticulous measuring, so some of these things are not super exact, but hopefully you'll get the idea. And I also went ahead and scored down the middle to leave myself, if you can see, there we go, just a 1/8 inch sort of gusset to, again, allow more room in the spine. So this space in the middle is 1/8 of an inch, and then from to each side there's a 3/4 inch space. And I attached the hinges actually in the little space within each paper bag, and there's a little under an inch of space there, so like I said, I just decided to make this part about 3/4 of an inch wide. And when I put them in, I just lined it up so that you could still see your little score line, and then glued it down. That way, you know, when it closes, it's not covering up your line and impeding the fold. And there would have been, let's see, a hinge here, and then these 2 bags would be attached, and then there would be another hinge inserted in this bag. And when I got to the covers, I just did the same thing. I had the hinge coming out of this bag and just going underneath the pattern paper on the cover. And I think that about sums it up for the hinges. And for these little flap thingies, I just took some more craft cardstock, and I knew I wanted to mat 3x3 photos, so I cut pieces of paper that were 3.5 by 4 inches long, and I just did the same thing with scoring and leaving myself that little 1/8 inch gusset type deal to let the flap open and close. If I did initially just have it one fold, and then the flap was kind of, you know, it would stick up from the bag and not lay nice and flat, so I did go ahead and do that little 1/8 inch gusset there. And also just glued the little flap piece in a little opening on the side of the bag, and then glued this all together so that it stayed flat, and it gave me the little flaps like that. So hopefully that clears up any confusion. If I'm still not going over it well enough, or if you still have any questions, just please let me know. I'm still kind of new at the video thing, and I clearly tend to leave things out that are pertinent, so just let me know if you still have any questions. And thanks so much for watching, and once again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Talk to you guys later. Bye.